Two thumbs up, actually. We're not just doing one thumb up today. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to this live stream. Today, we are duking it out over what's more important for selling on LinkedIn. Is it creating content and posting content consistently, videos, text posts, blogs, or is it just focusing on building relationships? Or is it both? And spoiler alert, yes, it's both. Both are extremely important. And yeah, that's the live stream. So goodbye, everyone. I'm just kidding. We're going to dig a little bit deeper and talk about this topic today. So yeah, let's get started. So first off, the basis of selling. You won't sell if your prospects don't feel connected to you. I don't care if you have a $5 product or service or a $1 million product or service. If your customers don't feel, or potential customers, they're not customers yet, don't feel connected with you or your brand and feel like they have a relationship and that you care, then you're not going to sell anything anyways. So at the end of the day, the only thing that matters in selling is relationships and connection. And I'm not just talking about a connection request. I'm talking about true connection where people know, like, and trust you. That is the foundation. So in my opinion, actually, relationship building is required. I know actually you could sell on LinkedIn without posting any content. You could do it, but you don't want to because you're leaving so much on the table. So again, the basis of selling here on LinkedIn is relationship building. Content is just the accelerant. So when I talk about relationship building activities, I'm talking about talking to someone in real time, maybe having a Zoom call or a phone call or a spot walking meeting, or commenting on people's posts to give them support, reaching out to them via direct messages, hopefully not spamming their direct messages. Please don't do that. I'm getting pretty tired of that here on LinkedIn. We want to authentically connect with people, and everyone has different means of doing that. But yeah, so at the end of the day, content really is just a means of connecting with your prospects. Think of it as like an extension of your relationship building. Really, it's a way for you to build that connection more quickly and more consistently over time. So I actually get people that tell me this sometimes. They say, "Hey, I watched your video and I feel like I know you already," or they'll say, "I've seen you here on LinkedIn, your comments and stuff. I feel like I know you already." And again, that's the point of content, is to help people get a look into who you are as a person, your values. So all of your content really should be geared around the recognition that it helps build relationships. It's what's helping you create that connection with people. You'll notice that too. And I think you may notice it. Think of like your favorite podcaster, your favorite YouTuber. They don't know you at this point, maybe, but you've watched so much of their content that you probably feel like you know them, which is something really special about video content and content in general. I think video content is supreme when it comes to building those relationships. You hear their voice, you see their face, you can have some laughs together. And I really think that's superior. But again, yeah, content can lead to some pretty crazy things. People feel like they know you based on the content you put out. So again, important to put out content that's real to you, authentic to you. And another foundational thing to know is that relationships aren't forged overnight. I guess if you really think about it, nothing is forged overnight. The Grand Canyon wasn't forged overnight. It took millions of years of erosion to create that beautiful masterpiece of nature. Let's see, yes, Matthew Bigger says, I agree. 100% agree. Video is the best. Matthew Bigger, you kill it with coaching me on video. Matthew, you got to go check Matthew out if you aren't connected with him already. He's a great teacher. He's helping coaches and consultants start micro courses, helping you leverage your expertise. So definitely recommend reaching out to him. And even Matthew and I was talking about relationships are not forged over time, right? Matthew and I think we've been connected for 4 or 5 months now. We'd kind of exchanged some comments, exchanged some DMs. We jumped on a Zoom call at one point, and then like 2 weeks later, we did a podcast recording together. no relationship, nothing of value is really forged overnight. No successful YouTube channel is going to be forged overnight. All of this stuff requires consistency. And so focus on patience. Imagine this. You're at a networking event, you meet someone, and you guys kick it off. Like, you have a great conversation. You're talking about your hobbies. You're talking about your business. It feels like a real relationship, right? Someone that you would like to stay in touch with, but then you never speak to them again. Like, this happens all the time. It's a shame. And this is where I think social media is such a valuable tool. And it's a little bit different than, I think, just handing someone your business card, in that when you meet someone at a networking event, or for instance, the other day I was playing disc golf and I met this guy who is traveling in from Ohio, and I'm actually considering traveling and doing some traveling in the Midwest, in Ohio, upcoming. And I was asking him some stuff about the region, things of that nature. So I said, hey, could I add you on Facebook so I could ask some follow-up questions maybe and get some of your expertise about the region? Same thing can apply to your business. And again, if I wouldn't have asked for his Facebook or a phone number, then where's that relationship going to go? Nowhere. And I think social media is such a great way to stay in touch with people. That's what really excites me about it, is you kick off these relationships in person or online maybe, but then the power is when you stay in touch for months, years, decades. And really, that's what's going to create opportunities. Don't let that happen. Don't lose touch. So yeah, consistency over time is key to staying top of mind. Here's why you've got to stay consistent, is because timing is everything, and your prospect needs to be ready to purchase your product or service. I know, imagine this. You go to a website. How often do you purchase that product? The first time you go to that site, you probably go there, you do a little scouting out, and then maybe a week later, you're reminded, you're like, all right, I need to buy that new pair of socks. Maybe it's 6 months later, maybe it's a year later. And in the case of selling services here on LinkedIn, a lot of the time it is 3 or 6, 9, 12 months later after your initial conversation. So you need to have a tool in place that helps you stay top of mind and build that relationship over time. So that's really where content comes in, is helping you stay top of mind when your prospect is ready to buy. Because maybe when they first reached out, they didn't have the budget approved. Maybe they didn't fully understand your service. Maybe, they just weren't convinced yet. They needed that extra 3, 6, 9, 12 months to do it, which means you got to stay in the game and you got to keep showing up consistently and showing your value, showing what you know. So at the end of the day, what I believe in this content versus relationship building debate is that you should focus on creating content that builds relationships. At the end of the day, relationships are the only thing that truly matters in life and in business, I think, is having people around you that care about you, having prospects around you that you care about their problem and they are convinced that you really do care and they trust you. So at the end of the day, content is just a way to build those relationships. And I'll go back to the story I was telling about how, when people come to me sometimes, they meet me for the first time on Zoom or on a video call, they're like, oh, I kind of feel like I already know you watching all your videos. And Matthew Bigger commented earlier, I feel the same way with Matthew. Before we ever talked in person, I'd consumed a ton of his content, watched a ton of his YouTube videos, and you just feel that greater connection with someone that has so much value there. So at the end of the day, focus on building relationships, using content as a way that's going to build relationships at scale. So just want to thank everyone that watches this or came today. Really, I'll take a quick chance to kind of plug our services here at Authentic Marketing. What we do is we help you create content consistently so you can stay top of mind. And we do that by leveraging your past content, your YouTube content, your podcasts, your webinars. We create micro videos from that content We kind of go gold mining through that content, find 1-minute clips that really pack a punch and tell a story. And for instance, this live stream here that I'm doing, I'll be repurposing it for content on LinkedIn to distribute over the next upcoming weeks to get more out of this the time I spent preparing for this live stream and actually executing on it. So yeah, at the end of the day, relationships are all that matters. And yes, Matthew says, solid advice, brother. Got to focus on those relationships and leverage content to do that. So Matthew, we got to get on the disc golf course one of these days together. That's what's top of mind for me. That's when I know our relationship is fully forged. But I think I'll need to make it up to Canada to do that, or maybe we'll meet somewhere in the middle, like Wisconsin, just to play some disc golf. We'll see. We share that bond. See if we got any more comments rolling in at the end. StreamYard, there is a little bit of a delay with comments, which is kind of frustrating. And I miss some of them sometimes. Matthew says, yes, absolutely. Yeah, disc golf's going to happen. I've been working on my form hardcore. Actually, I rolled my ankle last week playing disc golf on a jump putt. It was demoralizing. I did not feel I just felt kind of dumb, honestly, after doing that. Luckily, my girlfriend is a physical therapist, and she was able to tape me up, and I was A-okay. So cool. Just want to thank everyone for listening in today. Focus on those relationships. Have a great week.